My mom made me practice emergency conversations every night, and I thought every family did this until I was 16. Every evening after dinner, Mom would pull out her notebook and say, "Conversation practice time." She'd give me scenarios like, what if someone asks where your dad works, or what if a teacher wants to call home? I had to memorize perfect responses. Dad works in business consulting and travels a lot. Mom's a freelance graphic designer who works from home. We lived here for 3 years and loved the neighborhood. I thought this was totally normal parent like practicing piano or doing homework. Mom said it was important for children to be articulate and prepared for social situations. Smart families practice conversation, she'd tell me proudly. The scenarios got more complex as I got older. What if someone asks why you changed schools? What if they want to see old photos? What if someone recognizes you from somewhere else? I had detailed backstories memorized about our previous homes in different states, complete with street names and favorite restaurants I'd never actually been to. It wasn't until high school, when my friend Sarah mentioned how her family never rehearsed what to say to people, that I realized something was off. When I casually mentioned our nightly conversation practice, she looked at me like I described living on Mars that night. I started paying closer attention during practice. Mom's hands shook slightly when she asked certain questions. She'd pause before writing new scenarios like she was remembering something painful. I began noticing other things too. We never had unexpected visitors. Mom always checked the parking lot before we went anywhere. She changed routes to school randomly and taught me to never post photos with location tags. When I turned 17, I finally confronted her. I found her notebook and saw pages of contingency plans I'd never practiced. What to do if someone follows us home. How to pack quickly, which neighbors to trust in an emergency. Mom broke down crying and told me the truth. We weren't practicing social skills, we were practicing how to hide. My dad wasn't a traveling consultant. He was her ex-husband who'd threatened to take me if he ever found us. We'd been running since I was 5, creating new identities in each city. The conversation practice was making sure I could maintain our cover story without slipping up and revealing where we'd been or who we really were. She'd been protecting me from a man I couldn't even remember while making me complicit in our own disappearance. Every rehearsed answer was a tiny lie I'd been trained to tell perfectly last month. Mom got a call that he'd been arrested for violating restraining orders against his new ex-wife. For the first time in 12 years, she said we could stay in one place and use our real names. Now I am trying to figure out who I actually am when I am not performing a character. It's weird having conversations without checking them against my mental script first. My friends think it's like being in witness protection, but honestly, sometimes I miss the certainty of always knowing exactly what to say. Real conversations are terrifying when you've spent your whole life practicing fake ones. Is it wrong that part of me wishes we could just keep running? This new life feels too exposed, too real.